Just ask questions that, again, I would have asked my mother if she was here now with the mind frame that I have today. Having these pieces of the puzzle or connecting these dots, you know what I mean, from dot to dot. Mothers, you know what I'm saying? That shit deeper than social media. Happy Mother's Day to all of the soulful mothers, um, getting up every day, doing what's necessary when it comes to fending for her nest, nurturing. On this Saturday, went and sat with my uncle, just reflecting, Mother's Day, and to get a better understanding of a few of the questions I never got to ask her, you know what I mean, I began to ask him, and he filled me in on some things that I was clueless of. I mean, unfortunately, I lost my grandmother and my mother in the same fashion, to the hands of a man. With that being said, I sat with him, and it was like we basically went down through there, man, and both of them were there. My mother's only two brothers, you feel me? And they both felt the same way and said that they had been kept out of the loop when the situation was going on with my mother. Nobody reached out and said to them, hey, your sister got a situation over here with this man, or you know what I'm saying? Fast forward the tape while reminiscing, because I asked, did he and my mom bear the same father? You know what I mean? Because I know they share, you know what I'm saying, the same mom, or whatever. And he informed me that, my mother and his younger brother share the same father, which my uncle Yabby.
Yeah. He was there.
Yeah, he was there. His last name is Hunt. So when he told me that my mom and his younger brother had the same father, before I can even ask the question, because I'm looking, you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna ask him like, well, what? No, I asked him, well, where did your last name come from? Like, you are Riley. I know the rest of the family is Riley's.
Yeah.
And he was like, my mom was born a Hunt. That's her father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My uncle is a Hunt. And he informed me that she went and changed her last name. You know what I mean? I guess as she was an adult, she went and changed her last name from Hunt to Riley.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm sure, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My people didn't know, because I believe my mom was born.
Yeah, right.
Born a Riley. To my surprise.
Deep stuff, bro.
Yeah, she wasn't. And again, that last name, that's a lot.
It is, dude.
That last name is, you know what I mean, rooted. Now, so you fast forward the tape, and again, among this same conversation with he and I conversing, and it was like, he said that he was 7 years old when my grandmother was murdered by my auntie's father. And he said that you know, my auntie father murdered my grandmother, and he took my auntie and fled. Back then, the justice system wasn't what it is today.
Yeah.
And with that being said, he ended up doing 10 years. He stated that, you know, my auntie's father killed my grandmother and he ran off with my auntie. He got emotional when we got to this part. And he said that, you know, at this point, he was up in age, selling drugs, you know, thugging, so to speak, and was up to this corner store in Delray, to natives of Delray, Mario corner store, you know, and said that group of kids was going inside the store, and one of his partners tapped him and said, "Hey man, that's your sister right there going in the store."
Didn't even
And
know
he broke down, bro.
Can imagine.
Right here, he broke down and excused himself, you know, and we cried together, you feel me? And it was like, man, shit, we covering ground together, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is me giving, you know what I'm saying, the root of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of trauma and, you know, bad spirits, things of that nature that dwells within this family, you feel me? And he broke down, bro, and said that he didn't even know that that was his sister. She had been gone that long. I think he said she was probably like 2 years old when he left with her and killed my mama, my grandmother. And he said at this time when he saw her at the corner store, she was like 15. And the partner told him that. And he said he went in the store, bought everything that she grabbed and some. You know what I mean? And I guess that was the, you know what I mean, them reuniting and beginning to bond all over again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And grow. Again, I was just reflecting upon my mother, you know, her growing up, coming, and her mother, you know, just to get a better feel. If I could ask my mother, like, what made her wish to change her maiden name, you know what I'm saying, from Hunt to Riley, what pushed her to
made her change her last name, yeah.
From Hunt to Riley.
And then,
you know, but my mission is to, you know, feed it to the ones coming up under me, you know, give them a better feel on who they are, their history, because, you know, a lot of people just out here moving around not knowing their purpose.
Yeah.
Shout out to my uncle, man. You hear me? Shout out to my uncle E. Joey, Gene, Riley.